Hi everyone, this is Nerdy Mummy, and the channel is Just Nerdy Mummy Things, where we talk about nerdy mummy things, pop culture, books, comic books, parenting, being a stay-at-home mom, religion, non-religion, basically whatever I want to talk about, leaving it open. I haven't made a video in a long time, and there are a couple of reasons that I want to address really quickly. The first one being that my computer is broken, so I can't edit anything. So if I want to make a video, then I have to make one that I don't have to edit and that I can just put up as it is. And this is the first one that I've thought of and I've had the mental space to do in that format. The second one being that life is hard. Still in a pandemic. I still have kids. I'm still pretty much the only person with my kids. And aside from that, I'm alone a lot. And that really brings us into the topic of this video. My advice, it's not even really advice, this is how I've been keeping sane, things that I've been doing to make myself happy during all this. Take it, don't take it. It's up to you. I'm not a medical professional. I am not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist, a doctor of any kind. And I don't claim to be. So don't take any of this as any kind of medical advice. And I'll actually get into that closer to the end. These are really just, aside from your plan, some things that I like to do, the things that I have been doing, and these are all things that you've heard a million times. But here's another list of exactly that. And hopefully you find something that helps. So here are 5 things that I do to stay sane in a foreign country with 2 kids, all by myself, during a pandemic, through all the lockdowns.
Avengers, assemble!
That's my phone, I'm sorry. I'm going crazy just like listing it. The first one, I like to have hobbies at home that I can do during my quiet time. This is one, but another one is diamond painting, which is, it's just a craft. This here, it's one that I'm working on right now. But you can do whatever you like. If you like to read, if you like to paint, draw, meditate, whatever it is, write, whatever you like to do. The mindfulness of the diamond painting is really nice for me because it's just pick and put. But if you find something that you like that works for you, go for it, man. And especially if you're creating something, because you'll always have something to look at. Like, oh, I did this. I didn't just do nothing, which helps me. The second one, and probably the one that's really been the biggest for me, is planning something that's just out of reach. For me, it's a vacation. Obviously, nobody's taking vacations right now, but I want to go to Disney World. I know that it's silly, oh, she's a Disney adult, and I am. I am a Disney adult, and I have 2 toddlers, and I am beyond thrilled to take them to go and meet Elsa and Anna and Olaf and all of the other characters that they adore from their books and the movies that I have been using to keep them sane through all of this time. I know there's a lot of glare on my glasses. I'm sorry. I appreciate you guys, anybody who is watching, sticking through with this. But I've been putting so much time and effort into planning this vacation, and I don't even know when we're going to go, but I've been researching on which hotel I want to stay at, what things I want to do at the parks, what events might be going on that I may want to go to when we have the opportunity to go to the parks, which parks I would prefer going to over others, how to save money, etc., 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 etc. And that's, I may not know when that will happen, but I've kind of placed it in my head as like this is something that will happen that I can look forward to. So even when everything else just feels bad, I have that to look forward to. That's our next trip. It's going to happen. I'm going to take the kids and my husband, obviously. We're going to take the kids and we're going to go to Disney World. So that's been helpful for me. The next one is recognizing that small steps every day. And by that, I mean do what you can. Good enough is good enough. And if you can only do one thing today, do the thing that is going to make you happier and make you more comfortable to do a thing tomorrow, as opposed to doing the thing that you feel like you have to do. So, for example, I yesterday didn't have a super duper day with my mental health, and I guess I should probably start with that. I have anxiety and a few other things that sometimes make being a person hard, much less being a stay-at-home mom with my 2 little kids. So sometimes I'm so overwhelmed with just existing that I just hang out with the kids all day and I can't do anything, which is doing something. Certainly more than I would do if I didn't have to keep other people alive. But for me, I really like having clean dishes. I feel like if the sink is empty, then it's something that I can see. So even if there's dog hair all over the floor and I haven't vacuumed in forever and I haven't even taken a shower, I would rather, unless I'm like, gross, I would rather make sure that the dishes are done than anything else. And look, honestly, if I can't even muster doing the dishes, then I just watch a movie or I'll do my crafts. If I can put down a couple bits on one of my pictures, then I've done something that day. It doesn't have to be perfect. I feel like a lot of life gets lost in seeking perfection, and good enough. It's called good enough for reasons because it's good enough. And, I'm going to try not to give you too many more cliches in this video, but I can't promise it. The next thing, I'm so bad at going outside and exercising. I'm probably like the worst. I'm the worst at it. I really am. If the option is to go outside and exercise or to take a nap, I'm going to take a nap. And that's not good for your mental health, regardless of anything else. It's not good for anybody. And, everything, oh, if you're having a hard time, just go outside and exercise. And, of course, that's not going to be the cure to everything, but it helps in that it definitely doesn't hurt. And, being healthy physically can only benefit other types of health, of which obviously mental health is health. So, like I said, I cannot muster the energy to just go for a walk. I can't. So I have to find things that make me want to go for a walk, right? So I'm a mall walker. I'm 87 years old and I do my speed walks around the mall. Not quite, but I do pack the kids up and I take them to the mall and I wear one of them in my baby carrier and the other one holds my hand and we walk everywhere and eventually I'll get a coffee. They might get a treat or something like that and I just window shop all day. Or today I wanted a coffee, so I walked 2 kilometers, or about a mile, to the shopping center so that I could have a coffee that I didn't have to make because walking 2 kilometers felt better than cleaning the coffee machine this morning. Anyway, I try to find some kind of excuse every day to push myself out the door. And if I'm already out the door, then I can say like, oh, well, I'm already out and I already have the pram, the stroller, if you're in America. I'll walk around this extra block, which is easier for me than just saying like, oh, well, I can go out and just walk to the end of the driveway and that's okay. I can't do it. If I don't have a reason to go out in the first place, then I won't. So I recommend that. I find um, if you can find a reason to get out of the house, then probably you should. Um, you know, be safe. Be safe, do safe things. It is a pandemic. Be safe. But you can't just stare at the same four walls every day. And this is the biggest piece of advice, but it's not anything special. If you are struggling with your mental health, as I have, I've struggled with it my entire life, and I've brought it up to many, many doctors, and I always felt like I had to downplay it so that they wouldn't, I don't know, anything. If you're going to go and talk to your doctor about your mental health, be honest. Um, they are not there for you to sugarcoat things. You need to be brutally honest. And if you're really struggling with your mental health and that you are considering doing anything bad or even having thoughts about it, then you need to talk to somebody. I know that it's not always an opportunity for people. That's my dog. And that healthcare can be expensive, especially mental health care. And it's not available to everybody. But if you can try to find something that will work for you, I encourage you to do it. And if you happen to be put on medication, I'm on Zoloft. I'm on Zoloft every day. And I have regular checkups with my doctor to make sure that my prescriptions are still working. And recently they weren't, which is one of the reasons really why you guys haven't seen me in a while, because my prescriptions weren't working and I couldn't function. I was up all night. I was exhausted. I was frustrated. And when you're a mom, you have to put on a face. You can't be that. You can't be sick in front of your kids because they don't get it. My kids are 1.5 and 2.5. They don't get it. They can't be my support. I have to be their support. So I've had to really push things to the side. Oh my gosh, I just realized how terrible this lighting is. The terrible ability to keep my train of thought going. I had to push things aside. And the longer you do that, the more it feels like that's how it's supposed to be, and the worse it gets, So don't do that. I say, as literally everybody does that and has to learn it the hard way, but don't do that. Do better. And don't skip your meds. If you're on medication, take your medication. Take it every day. Take it at the same time every day. If that's the only thing that you do today, take your medication and brush your teeth. Brush your teeth and take your medication. That's your bare minimum every day, okay? That's it. If you like the video, all the things, like, subscribe, comment on it, tell me what you think. Obviously, I didn't have it put together enough to do my makeup or to worry about the lighting or even sit where I normally sit, because I have to set that up every time because it's in the middle of the playroom. And I just didn't have it. I just wanted to come on here and, tell you guys that I'm still here and I'm still thinking about you, and just kind of throw in a few things that they make me happy. Anyway, this is just Nerdy Mommy, and hopefully I'll see you next week. Goodbye.